That stinging.
What is
sharp
that?
Smell.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't is that the kitchen? Dude, I think it's you. It's not me.
Yeah, the litter box.
Yeah.
Box is full.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy. Yeah. That's when.
Yeah, we need to sell more diapers. Well, what if we made them look more like jockey shorts?
What if we
Put
made
a
him
guy-
look cooler?
Yeah, put a younger guy on the box.
Sure.
Like, yeah.
Like a hip guy
Yeah,
with
like-
a goatee.
Yeah, like so yeah.
Yeah.
Dark beard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Have
full
Johnny
head of
Depp
hair.
sell him. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Then
thin t-shirt.
good looking guy, sure. Yeah, looking cool.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, like that.
That's all diapers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except it's a diaper.
Yeah, guy with like
Yeah.
a V-neck shirt with a lot of jewelry.
Hey,
You know, not you, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of 40-some-year-old guys. Yeah, V-neck with a lot of jewelry.
Well, I mean,
Maybe,
you have to go to like to Hollywood where like they hang out. Those dudes, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know if they need. I bet you. It is my understanding that if you do, if like CC DeVille, I heard probably might have needed. He did so much cocaine that like that was a thing.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what side effects may vary. That's what they say.
Yeah.
And if you're allergic to cocaine, don't do cocaine.
and if you're not, do it.
Well, how are you going to find out?
I don't know.
Is there a test for that?
I don't know. I don't know the
Yeah,
answer.
bad
to that.
news. You're allergic to cocaine.
Bad news.
Oh,
now
okay,
you need
well, yeah.
adult diapers.
Yeah,
You
it's like
can't
that-
use the big boy potty
It's
anymore.
that food test where you drop all your blood on there. Have you seen that ad?
No.
Yeah. So it's an allergy test for food, and it's so easy. You just prick your finger and then you just put it on this thing. And I'm thinking this has got to look like a crime scene. Most of these things that come in the mail, just blood everywhere. Oh, put this in the mail, mail it off to them. Yeah, but their example is perfectly placed. Yeah, people can't even fill in inside the lines with a number 2 pencil.
No.
How are they going to do it with
With
blood?
blood, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I have it on good authority from a guy's wife's friend's neighbor's laundry person said that CC DeVille, but I don't know. And you know what? I think CC DeVille is one of the more underrated guitar players of all time.
Yes.
Matter of fact, Chris, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'll put this out there to everybody in the audience. This is going to be so controversial. I'm going to start with controversy.
Okay.
It's a bad idea to start with the controversy this early in a live stream, but at least 3 members of the Sex Pistols, Poison is the band they wanted to be.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Sure.
if you prove me wrong.
So CC DeVille was on Rock and Roll Jeopardy at one point, and the category was songs from American Graffiti.
Songs
which is
from
right up my
Poison.
alley.
Yeah.
Oh, that's on the screen, not on my shirt. 'cause
Songs
it keeps
by
moving.
Poison.
And so they asked the question, and he said, Dal Shannon? And they said no. And he said, who is Dal Shannon? They said no. And then the next question, it was like the answer was like Chuck Berry, and it was something else. And he said, who is Dal Shannon? And they said no. So apparently CC DeVille does not know who Del Shannon is.
I think CC DeVille and Del Shannon kick ass.
Del
was
Shannon
the Runaway
song,
guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This Del
How is it
Shannon
that I know
song
that? Yeah.
says that you can in fact run away. Who is Del Shannon? No, I don't remember what the question
I think
was. but it
CC DeVille was
really
rad.
funny.
Yeah.
He was funny, but he was.
Remember the
dumb.
first time you saw Poison on MTV and there was that like line, that mega huge line of iridescent BC Riches, and CC DeVille was at the end of them. And then you were supposed to talk dirty to Bret Michaels, whatever. I don't know. Yeah. You get the idea. Yeah. It's a great, yeah. They had the matching moves.
I worked at a Dairy Queen in high school with a girl who claimed that she porked Ricky Rocket.
I would imagine there are lots of people that can say that.
Well, and if I was Ricky Rocket, I wouldn't have porked her.
Well, maybe she got him a blizzard. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she. Yeah, whatever.
You don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was early on in the whole Poison thing. So
again,
and she was always talking about Ricky Rocket. Oh, and Ricky Rocket.
Ricky Rocket.
Yeah, shut up.
Well,
Shut up and refill the peanut butter parfait glass.
I want a
display.
peanut butter parfait now.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars, not having peanut butter parfaits, but we have had a couple of beers because Doug Cook is here in the shop, and our very good friend Jim Jamm Jimmy is in the shop. Not that sounds bad because it was like our good friend Jim is in the shop, and this guy we know,
our
Doug,
very best friend in the whole world is here, and Doug
too. So yeah, that's not fair.
That's not
we like both those dudes, and so we've been tasting the grape or the wheat or whatever it is. Yeah, whatever's in
the barley.
The barley. Thank you. Hey, how about let's take a super chat there, Chris?
Cool.
Slacker Deluxe wants to know, how are all the class attendees that fly in getting their new guitar home? I have a big suitcase, LOL. Well, yeah. One of the things that we do a lot is we talk with Ike from Flipside Music, the great American guitar store.
Mm-hmm.
And he generally gets people hooked up with, he'll sell you a case,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll usually give you a little break on shipping and ship it back to your house. That's the best way.
Yeah, you can do that. You can also, he's gotten TSA cases for people, and they've flown home with them.
Yeah.
Depends on how fast you want your guitar when you get home.
Yeah.
You want it the whole way, or do you want it in a couple of days? Yep.
But most people do not buy an extra seat for their guitar. So
Yeah.
that's what most people don't.
Yeah.
All right.
In
So
these times,
I'm already seeing question marks come across the screen because, guys, as you know, this is our Thursday live guitar Q&A, and it helps me out very, very much if I can see a bunch of question marks.
it's not just about
Even though I
adult
can't
incontinence
see-
products.
Yeah. So even though I can't see, I can see them. But yeah, so I hope that that I don't miss any questions. But anyway, let's take a question and then let's talk about what's been going on in the shop, Chris,
Okay.
shall we? All right. So this one comes from Ken Tipton, who is a super cool dude. I think it's about Ricky Rocket. He says, I partied with Ricky Rocket at a bar in Palm Springs. Once he got on the drums, so it was kind of like a Poison concert. So yeah.
There you go. Ask him if he knows Stephanie.
You
next
know
time
what?
you see him.
Okay, yeah, sure. Hey, do you know some lady who worked at a Dairy Queen in the 80s?
Yeah.
Do you remember that time when Mad Dog was telling us about how, like, they were playing at the Ramada Inn and Poison was staying at the Ramada Inn, and they went down to listen to Paul Galaxy and the Galactics, and and everybody but Bobby Dahl got on the Paul Galaxy instruments and played. But you know, Jim, you can attest to this. Upright bass is a very different instrument than the electric bass. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't know the first thing to do with an upright bass. And I know you.
You could thump an E.
I could, but I think it's like a whole different kettle of fish, just making it go, right?
It is. Yeah.
So yeah. And plus Bobby Dahl's not going to win bass player of the year. That's one of the things I like most about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dee Ramone, Bobby Dahl. I'm going to say it. Michael Anthony. They're probably not going to win bass player of the decade. Michael Anthony might, because
Michael Anthony is actually, pretty good.
I was listening to Unchained the other night.
Yeah,
Actually, it was last night. I was at the gym, and Unchained came on the workout playlist, and that's a fairly rudimentary bass part for someone as learned as Michael Anthony.
Yes.
Doesn't mean it's not a badass song, because that song's badass.
It is.
Chris.
Yes, it is.
Badass. I like to get it. You all right? Okay. So we've got a couple of things that are new and exciting for tomorrow. I have something that I need to do tomorrow. And it takes place an hour and a half before the live stream. Now, that means I'm not going to be able to be on the camera. So get as much of me as you possibly can, because I'm not going to be available tomorrow. Don't worry. Chris and Doug are going to take over for me. And I think Doug's just going to yell at the camera and interrupt you.
I
think that's what he's going to do.
I thought we've been practicing.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I've decided to be the Matt character. And he is going to be the Chris character.
He's going to be the dry,
at
cool
least to
wit
start
guy.
out. Well, I'm just going to yell at the camera, and he's just going to make faces and say yeah.
Okay.
A lot.
So can you tell everybody what they can expect to see tomorrow?
Yeah. we've got a couple of guitars that should be done. If they're not completely done, they'll still be shown. We got some projects. We got we got a lot of hilarity. We got a lot of facts. And we might learn something.
Would you say there's going to be jocularity?
Possibly.
Would you say there's going to be no.
Yeah, I think it won't. I think it'll be just fine.
I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm not going to have a lot of fun, but you guys are going to have a lot of fun.
I'll have a lot of fun. Yeah, Doug and I will have a lot of fun.
Let's take a super chat from Bobby Dill, who wants to know, hey guys, what time do the classes start on Monday? Great question, Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
The doors to the shop open at 9.
Mm-hmm.
They don't open at 8:59. They don't open at 8:45.
Correct.
So,
and if you get here and one of us is inside and the other one shows up and it's not 9, don't expect to come in with the other guy.
It's best if you don't. There's a lot of stuff that we have to get kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be
so
here at 9.
Be here. Walk through the door at 9. How about that? Okay.
Yeah.
And we were going to have a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. And there's usually a confluence of dudes hanging around outside before 9.
They're like, there's like
there's
a 55-gallon drum. They got a fire going and they're smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. Well,
wine,
so nobody wants to be late. So everybody's like really early.
Yeah.
Well, I think it'll take me 45 minutes to get here, from 2 miles away.
Yep.
At my hotel. So I'll get there at 8:30 and hang out in my car. Well, if there's other people in the parking lot, chances are they're taking the class. So say, hey man,
there's not a lot of other people hanging out.
No, there's not.
Tony Loeb says, hey guys, are my guitars going to be on the reveal tomorrow? Tony,
no.
They are not, but the necks are glued in and they are moving right along, sir. In fact, as a matter of fact, Tony, I am handing off your guitars to Chris because they are now in the finishing department. Yes?
They really
looking
are.
At them.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Now remember, Tony, we have a class all next week. So how much work is going to get done to your guitars next week? 0.
Lefty
None.
O wants to know, are you
But it'll
going
start
to
after
leave
that.
Chris the hat tomorrow? No. No one's wearing my hat
No,
tomorrow.
I'm not wearing his hat.
You know what that means? You know what you have to do if you wear another man's hat? It's not, there's a whole thing. Look it up. You look it up. Okay. So, Chris.
Let's not shoot him in the back.
No, I hope not. No, it's not, sir.
Not that easy.
Ken wants to know, hey guys, are my guitars going to be on the reveal tomorrow? No. Tony Loeb says that he loves you, Chris. And you know what? I love you too.
Yeah.
And you too, Jim. Not you, Doug.
I
Doug too. No, I'm just messing around. Yeah. Brad Guitar Miller is here. Hey, thank you for joining us, Brad. So lots of people are here. Andy Mandiak wants to know if there's going to be hijinks tomorrow. Tim wants to know if there's going to be mirth.
Yeah, there will be, and merriment.
Yeah. Ryan is here. Dylan is here. Sean is here.
We might show off Tony's guitars just to show them off. Yeah.
Maybe you could throw Tony a little bit of a little show him what's going on.
Yeah. Because they look like guitars.
Well, one looks like a guitar and one looks like a little bitty
guitar. Yeah, it's funny hanging on the wall.
So cute.
It is so cute.
So, in the description of what we're talking about today, Dylan had a great couple of videos about our Challenger Junior and the deal that we've got going on in February for that instrument, which is still going on. We have pre-sold 16 of them. And what are you doing? You're gonna goof up the thing. Just don't look at it. If you touch it, the screen has
got it.
Okay.
Not my first touch screen.
That's not what I heard. So we're going to we've pre-sold 16 of the Challenger Juniors. 13 in TV yellow, 2 in TV cream. No, 1 in TV cream, 1 in white, and 1 in intergalactic. And they are all super cool. The neat thing about these is every time you make a face, I'm like,
it was a burp.
Okay, all right. But every time you make a face when I'm trying to sell guitars, you kind of.
I was trying not to burp in your face, Matt.
Well, burp over that direction then. There's nobody over there.
I was trying not to burp in your face without showing that I was burping.
All right, you just tell everybody about the Challenger.
No,
Junior then.
you're
I'm
going to
not-
interrupt me anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
They're really great.
That's it. Your ability to sell instruments is unparalleled, sir.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know what we do here, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Just so I know that you know. Okay. Van Shank Guitars asks, can you tint True Oil? If so, what works best? That is a great question.
I've never tried it, so I don't know.
I don't know that. I think that sometimes we've done some things where we've done oil or a dye and then an oil on top of it, and it never quite locks in the dye.
Oh, yeah, it keeps floating through.
It gets on your pants.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We don't do a lot with True Oil.
We do not. You know, True Oil is not a guitar finish. Guitar builders, guitar players like to use it, but True Oil is not a guitar finish. You know what it is?
Well, I know what they usually use it for.
It is an gun stock finish.
Okay, that's
and it is designed. It is a polymerizing linseed oil,
Mhm.
or it's a polymerizing oil. And it's probably got linseed oil, but it's for gun stocks.
Okay.
It's for woods like walnut, and
Mhm.
it's for gun stocks. Yeah,
Okay. Was that why it was developed?
I don't know the answer.
Yeah,
to
I don't
that.
know either.
But if you
So,
buy True Oil, it comes from Birchwood Casey, which they sell it as a gun stock finish.
Okay.
So yeah.
all right.
And walnut is very different than, say, for example, poplar or alder or
Mhm.
ash.
Okay.
I'm sure that it will go on all of those woods and make that kind of shiny, sheeny, oily thing.
Mhm.
But walnut and maple are really where it excels. So those types of woods. So yeah.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Sean says, will there be a run of standard challengers in the near future? Sean, there will be a run of standard. So as of right now, there are 16 Challenger Juniors that are being built. There's 8 of them that are like in the process right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that number is going up. There's 4 body blanks over there.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 standard challengers that will have P90s. So maple top, hollow bodies, mahogany backs, maple tops, mahogany necks, black poison wood, or actually those have rosewood fretboards. 4 of them with P90s, 1 with a trim, 3 with the Texas Toast Hipshot bridge. So none of those are spoken for. So if you are interested in one of those, they're available. There's a couple of there's 2 challengers with humbuckers that are ready to, like, available for sale right now. They are ready to go right now. There's one in the paint booth right now, ready to go. So is there going to be a run of them? Probably not a very big run in the very near future, immediate future, but yeah, what we make now is Challenger guitars. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, if you want one, now's a great time to
and there
get
will
yours.
always be a run because it's easier to make multiples than it is one at a time.
Great point. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know yet. We've talked about doing a similar thing to the Challenger Junior as far as, pre-selling some of them. We may do that. We may not. Hard to say.
What do you think is going to happen when Phil McKnight gets his Challenger?
I think we're going to have a run of those guitars. Yeah. We'll sell a bunch of those as well.
Yeah.
So
that thing is killer. So yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be this new one. I'm really, really glad that we decided to jettison the previous one.
I am too. Yeah, I think that was the right move. And it was kind of a bummer, but we talked to Philip and we talked to Phil and he's like, yeah, I mean, do whatever, do whatever. But
Yeah.
he like I said, he's been so many times, he's been an ally to us when he didn't have to be.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so we have a lot of love for Phil McKnight.
We have so many friends
We really do.
within the community.
Tony asks the question, if you get a chance, look up the Fado singer Misha and you will hear what a cavaquejo sounds like.
Cool.
Excelente. I will do that, Tony. I will do that tonight. Daniel Hinderman says walnut is pretty abundant in my area. Do you find walnut good to work and make guitars? Actually, Daniel, yeah, I think walnut is a great instrument wood.
I like it too.
It machines nice. It is beautiful. It's just not a traditional electric guitar wood. Not that people don't use it. But.
It's not. I think it's not really on the hippie wood list either. It's sort of this sort of, it's used for a lot of furniture. People like it for that.
Now, do you hear that sound?
Which part?
You hear what people? It's the feverish typing. Gibson used to use walnut. They did.
Yeah, hot second.
Yeah, lots of companies have used walnut, and walnut's a cool wood. But yeah, it's not exactly. See you, Jim. It's not exactly a traditional guitar, electric guitar building wood.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't mean it's not cool, but
but I think a lot of people don't consider it hip enough to use on some stuff. But it's like traditional adjacent sort of like oh man, it's right there. It should be one of them, but it's not for whatever reason.
One of the things about walnut is that generally speaking, it's about the same money as some of those expensive traditional woods. So walnut is about the same here. If you were to go to the hardwood dealer in our neck of the woods, 8-quarter walnut is the same money or maybe even a little more than genuine mahogany is. So it's not an inexpensive alternative. Now, if you are lucky enough to live in a place where walnut is abundant and inexpensive, then walnut's great.
And whenever we talk about wood, the traditional woods are always among some of the most economical.
They are, yeah.
And the crazy stuff is more, sometimes a lot more. And then the bargain stuff, the woods that people don't like are the cheap woods. Like poplar is really cheap, basswood's really cheap. Yeah. But alder is slightly more. Swamp ash is slightly more. Mahogany slightly more. So I think the story of guitar making is as much the story of how much the wood costs as how much the wood matters.
Well, I think now don't take this the wrong way, but especially when it comes to Fender, that's true.
Well, yeah, and I think probably with that other company too, Gibson. I mean, I can't imagine that mahogany. Well, and I think one of the reasons that they use it is because
they have to now.
Easy. Yeah. But and who knows what the costs of all this stuff were back then. But
so may I interrupt you as I want to do?
You need this much wood.
Yeah.
And these are the woods that you can get. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have one company on the West Coast, you have the other one basically on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And there's different woods there, and it's not a global economy back then. So
it was it was a whole different time. And getting wood from South America was a lot easier.
Was a big deal.
Yeah.
So
it practically grew on trees back then.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. But rosewood, everybody thinks that Fender went from slab boards to veneer boards because they had trouble gluing it, and yet I have yet to see a vintage slab board Fender with the fingerboard falling off. It was because the wood was expensive and they needed to use less of it per guitar.
I remember Gibson tried that. They called it the Smart Wood series, and it was like stuff like I don't remember what, but it was like oak and walnut and stuff like that. And it was I don't know. It wasn't necessarily sustainable, but it was more sustainable.
Yeah.
Well, and so popular they don't make it anymore.
Yeah, and there's some weight consideration to all of this as well. And some stability consideration, because you could make a lot of guitars out of pine for no money, but they twist around.
Ken Tipton, let's take a super chat from Ken Tipton. He says, "Congratulations on the 16 sold. It is a testament to your work and tireless YouTube presence in getting your name and skills out there for everyone to see." Thank you very much, Ken. You know what though? it is also we owe a debt to our friend Dylan McCurchie at Dylan Talks Tone.
Yep.
Guys, if you want to buy a super cool set of pickups, just like the sets that are going in all of the Challenger Juniors, Dylan will because Dylan is making all of those pickups. He will be happy to wind you a set. And if there's a link in the description and you can get a set. And if you do, we get a little taste.
Yeah. And here's the other cool thing about Dylan pickups.
Yeah.
Well, there's two things that are cool about Dylan pickups. One is they aren't crazy expensive.
No.
You know, in the world of expensive pickups and boutique pickups, his are actually
hand wound.
Well, and then the other thing is that Dylan winds all those pickups. His hands touch all those pickups.
That's a great point.
His engraver.
Yeah.
I need to use my big boy words and not freak people out when I say stuff like his thing.
Dylan's putting his thing on all your
he puts his thing on your pickup. You know, so from raw material to pickup, it's all Dylan.
Now I'm not saying that,
and that's pretty neat.
It's really cool. Actually, I never really thought about it like that. But like, how much would you expect to pay for a pickup wound by Larry DiMarzio or wound by Seymour Duncan or Abigail Ibarra
or Lawler or
Jason Lawler or Curtis Novak
or Curtis Novak. Yeah, all of those guys, they don't wind all the pickups.
No, and Dylan winds all the. You know what? I never really thought about.
He
That's
doesn't
neat.
charge an arm and a leg for that stuff.
How much would what do you think it would cost?
$110 for a hand wound, really cool P90. $220.
Yeah,
for a set.
How much does it cost to get a set from like of Seymour Duncans that are wound by Abigail Ibarra? The premium is like an extra couple $100 anyway, right?
Yeah, when she never wound for Seymour, it was her apprentice.
Oh, it wasn't actually her. Okay, all right.
She only wound.
But yeah, like so, like if you could get a Seymour Duncan wound pickup, that'd be a big money proposition.
But the Abigail Ibarra pickups when they were selling those were a whole lot more money.
Yeah,
and I don't know that Dylan's wound more pickups than, but
he's got some flavor too.
Well, but he knows.
Yeah.
And and that's a really, really cool thing.
I think it's a super cool thing too, and I'm a little bit ashamed that I never thought of it until now.
Yeah. So it's like getting a dresser made by Carl Fargman
or Mitch Cumstein.
Exactly.
Who's Carl Fargman?
It's the guy that makes dressers on Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
It's Fargman.
Who's Mitch Cumstein?
That's the right name. Yeah.
Brad Guitar Miller writes, I asked Phil a question on his last Friday show about the thin line I want to do for class. And he gave, you know what, Brad, thank you very much. Because first of all, thank you for doing that. And he did. Did you watch that? Yeah. No. Phil McKnight gives us a little bit of, he gives us some praise whenever we come up. And like I said, he's been an ally to us when he does not have to be.
Because it's cost us a lot of money to do that.
No, it
hasn't.
See, now you just all the stuff that I said that was good.
That was good.
You made better by saying that. Yeah. All right. Okay. Moving right along. Hey, Chris, let's take a super chat from Ed Billion Blues. He says, saving my pennies and dimes for
Ed Billion Blues
MFG Challenger. Now that would be a what's an MFG?
Main Force Patrol. No, that's MFP.
Yeah.
Main Force.
I want to say that Gibson had a Les Paul that was a P90 in the neck position and a humbucking pickup in the bridge position.
Okay.
Or that was the BFG. What the heck is that MFG?
I don't know. Maybe just mother effing. Yeah.
Well,
let's find out. I'm sure Ed will tell us.
Well, Ed, please let me know because I want you to get that. Okay. All right. Doug, let's take a super chat from Doug Cook. He's right here. Cook. He could have just walked over and said this.
Handed us
do you guys
the note.
Do you guys need a cold one? I'm
cash.
buying the next round. I think Chris definitely does.
Yeah.
Chris is a little. He's getting a little bit.
Well, I practice a lot. Still.
Yeah, that's good.
That's really not.
Let's take a super chat from SS. McKnight knows a really nice guitar when he knows it. He absolutely does. And so Phil McKnight has seen our guitars at the NAMM show.
Thanks.
And like I said, he's a cool dude.
Can we talk about the other day we were talking about going to the NAMM show.
I think
and
we already
displaying
are, yeah.
at the NAMM show.
We already are
and
talking about
we
it,
were
yeah.
talking about, well, what did that gain us? You know, besides a really fun time hanging out
Remember
with
that
cool people.
Remember that singer Gloria Gaynor?
Yes. Her hit was I Might Survive. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
And we were talking about, well, what did that get us in the overall scheme of things? We were talking about advertising money, and basically that's advertising money.
Yes, and my perspective was, meh. You and I had a good time.
Yeah.
And we met John Schneider from Dukes of Hazzard.
Well, yeah, yeah.
But then you said something that was very.
I said, but you know, that's really where we sort of connected with Phil McKnight. We met him once before,
and you were 100% right.
But he came by, and we spent, even though it was probably maybe 10 minutes with him, it was still, you know, this like real connection, and yeah, not in the metaphysical, you know, and I figured we were soulmates. It was just, you know, we stood there, and really it was just you and him. I was talking to John Schneider. No, that wasn't the moment. But you know, and that was a real thing.
Can I pause you for a moment?
How much do you have to?
Because we talked to some other YouTube creators who kind of were like, have a good time.
Yeah,
and Phil McKnight, and none of them were as big as Phil McKnight.
No, but Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum came by and hang out, and you know, he did a video, and you know it, and we how many connections do you need to make it something like that to make it worth your while?
You're right. You're right.
I think in a lot of ways we made one.
Yeah.
You know, that was really, really solid. And just because we didn't sell, we weren't standing there writing orders for guitars the entire weekend, doesn't mean that it wasn't.
No, you're
worthwhile.
As usual, Chris, you are 100% right. And
I don't usually put positive spins on things like this, but
I wish that you would, because because you've had so many great ideas lately, and one of them is the collaboration that we're doing with Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan Pickups and Dylan Talks Tone.
Well, it's cool because we're going to buy a bunch of pickups from Dylan, which is cool. But and I know he loves, you know, talking about guitars.
He loves you almost as much as I do.
Pickups in. And
you're one of my most favorite people in the whole world. You know that?
Thanks.
I'm just trying to put you off kilter, because I know that
trying to make me turn red.
We don't say that sort of thing, but we ought to. We ought to more often.
I think you can tell.
What? No, but the Dylan thing was a terrific idea.
Well, it was cool because I think I've sort of thought about stuff like that. I think we probably talked about stuff like that before, but this one just worked out really well.
I had no idea it was going to take off like it did.
You know,
and it was like,
boom, So that's really cool. And and then as it worked out, we're going to get him to put all the pickups in the guitars when he's out here in May. So
that's going to be
awesome. So that's less work for me.
So not only does Dylan wind all the pickups that you get, he's going to actually put them in your guitar,
and we're going to figure out a way for him to like sign something inside that says these pickups were put in by Dylan, not Chris. So it's done right.
You know what we should do? We should see, and I think we could pull this off. I bet you we could get Dan from Tonewood Experts to come out for that week, or for a day.
Oh, for like one of the
Wouldn't that be cool to Dylan? So Chris and I build the guitars with wood that we get from Dan at Tonewood Experts. It's all Honduran mahogany, and it's superb. And then Dylan comes out with a bunch of P90s, and he puts them in there. I mean, that would be a great photo op for me anyway. Like, I don't know what Dylan and Dan get out of it.
I don't know that they get anything out of it.
They get to hang out with you.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. That would be something fun to do.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Well, and we've talked about, you know, we kind of have this tight little community of people. And when we, you know, I watch these videos and I see who's here, then I go over and I watch Dylan's stuff, and a lot of the same guys watch both. That's a community.
It is. Yeah. It's bigger than you and I. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dylan helping us out with pickups, us buying pickups from him. Really, this seems like kind of a one-sided thing. is that Dylan's helping us out. But but I would hope that people would also go and buy Dylan's pickups for other projects.
Oh, I think they do.
And I know that to be true because we're gonna put some Dylan pickups in several guitars, and even today we got an order for a guitar with some Dylan Strat pickups. Yeah.
So let's take another super chat from Ed
flavor.
Billy and Blues who writes Mudflap Girl. So he wants a Mudflap Girl Challenger.
Oh, yeah, okay. MFG, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Here's a great question from Aaron who writes, Texas Toast versus Brian Nutter. Who's got the better tools in their shop?
Oh, well, I think I know the answer to that.
I have never been to Brian's shop.
Mm-hmm.
But Aaron, if you are, what I can tell you is that if you like production CNC machines, I think you'll like Brian's tool set better than ours. And if you like pin routers, I think we're like working on buying Brian's pin router.
Classic old school tools, the way they used to.
You know what though? But Brian's got like a way more like planes and hand. I think he's got a lot more hand tools
stuff
than we do. Yeah.
See, I did it again. He's got a lot of hand stuff.
Hand stuff.
Yeah. Brian and his hand stuff.
I don't know. So Brian is a little different than you and I in that it's just Brian.
Yeah.
I don't know that he has a Matt or a Chris yelling at the TV.
He doesn't.
I don't think so. So, but
his wife makes some pretty good peanut brittle.
Oh man, yeah. Mrs. Nutter's peanut brittle is excellent, and if you haven't bought some, go and buy some.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of, but I've never been to Brian's shop.
No, we've seen photos, we've seen pictures. I've seen even when he moved into the new space, he had some pictures and kind of walk around kind of a thing. And he has a lot of the same stuff we do,
Well, I think most
exactly the same or not the same. Yeah, he's got most of the same stuff. His new thing is he's got a bigger CNC than we have.
He's got
he wants to do more of that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna rely on CNC to do a lot of stuff because he's a one-man shop.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And then he also has access to a lot of stuff at the at school that he teaches in, and I don't know how much he utilizes that, but probably some
anymore. I bet you now that he's got that new rig, it's probably just like he just sets it. You just set it and forget it, probably, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know, but it's not just about tools.
Who do you think has the better like dive bars near their shop?
Oh, us. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah, he lives in the sticks.
Yeah. We're right down the street from the Outpost and KT's and a bunch of crappy,
bunch of really junk places. Yeah, it's the best.
I would love to. I don't know when it's going to happen specifically, but I know that Brian will be out here one day. So yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Doug Cook asks, sometimes it takes a while for a tree to bear fruit, like the connections made at NAMM. Thank you. That's absolutely true, Doug.
What's the bear doing to the fruit?
I don't know, but I can tell you what happens after the bear eats the fruit. Yeah. Well, I'm missing a lot of stuff here. Dylan and Leslie say, come to NAMM, we're going. No, going to the NAMM show is very different than exhibiting at the NAMM show.
I think we have some stuff going on that right around then.
We do as of right now.
We always have stuff going on. So yeah. It would be fun to go back to NAMM at some point. Back to NAMM. You'd be
like Rambo and or Chuck Norris, Braddock, back to NAMM. Let's take a super chat from SS who says, do we know how the TV Challenger Junior Special 180 sounds with those Dylan 90s in it yet? Did I miss it? SS, Dylan has done a video where he took, so you want to tell SS what exactly went down?
Well, so which part? So we sent him the guitar. He got the guitar, and then he made a video, kind of walking everybody through the video, kind of his standard review, and then he played the guitar with the pickups we provided, with the junk pickups, as he said.
Well,
they were low cost.
They were like, I think we gave $13 for this. They were pickups in that they picked up.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were we knew for a fact that they were simply placeholders.
Yeah, they were black pickup shaped things that fit in the pickup hole.
And you soldered them together and made them work well.
And made so that it played. But anyway, so he got the guitar, he played it with those pickups, and then he put his pickups in it and dialed it in. I didn't even, check heights or anything like that. I just screwed them in. And and he did that, and then he played it and demonstrated it, and it sounded really good. Yeah. And Dylan's P90s, people love those pickups. He's won shootouts and stuff with those things.
Oh yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah.
So
if you're going to a gunfight, you're gonna want to take Dylan pickups. Don't take a gun to a Dylan pickup fight.
That's the last thing you want to do. So, but Dylan, I was going to say something. Yes. So Dylan had a video that came out on Monday, and it was, yes, this guitar is better than a Gibson. I'm pretty sure.
The funny thing is that everything has to be compared to a Fender or a Gibson.
Well, and
it is good. It is good content.
Yeah, and in the electric guitar world, that's kind of there's two guitars. There's two electric guitars that all others shall be judged against.
Yeah.
Our Challenger model has a single cutaway, and people go, "Wow, that looks exactly like a Telly." And I'm like,
it's a Telly guitar.
Yeah,
with two humbuckers and a Gibson scale
and a set neck and all mahogany and a round toggle butt. And so basically, what that means is people don't know what Telecasters look like. But
round butt.
Yeah.
God,
I like round butts. Okay. All right. So
what's a flat butt?
No one I know.
Pants falling off all the time.
Yeah. Richard says that try to be part of the community. And you know what? What you and I and Dylan and Jim and Doug and everybody who watches, it's remarkable that this is so much bigger than just an individual.
Yeah, well, and it's and the community isn't just it's everybody having fun with a shared thing, and like Doug's here this week, and he knows through all of this, he knows Devin Riddle well enough.
That's right.
To give Devin endless amounts of shit.
Total grief.
But good-hearted fun back and forth.
Yeah.
And so you share guitars, your love of guitars, you share your love of building guitars and just all this other stuff. And it's a community. It's a friendship, it's a club, whatever you want to call it.
It really is. It's a cool brotherhood. I think. And it's a fraternity, but ladies are also welcome. So it's whatever that is. It's a club. Sorority.
It's club.
Fraternity.
Club.
Fraternity.
There's no blood initiation. We don't have a secret handshake.
You have to
you have
to wrestle
the lighting of the candle.
You could light a candle.
We could. But
you don't have to.
It's really neat, and everybody, you find common ground, and you move forward, and you enjoy the same things, and that's way better than the alternative.
Yeah,
which is
people like being dorks.
Yeah. Saying Matt and Chris are dipshits.
Those guys. Here, let's take a super chat from Dylan, who says, maybe I stop and shoot a thing at Brian's shop on my way out there. Then we can know for sure. You know what? So Dylan and Brian know each other. And Dylan, I don't know how you're going to fit in those pants after you stop by, because Brian Nutter's wife's like peanut brittle stuff that she makes is so good. We ate like a whole thing of it in the first day.
Yeah.
And I don't know how Brian fits in those skinny pants. He's going to be swelling up like a poison dog.
Yeah.
But
you're going to have to stop making peanut brittle.
It's like the inside of a Butterfinger.
Yeah.
but it's so good.
with like real ingredients and real peanuts.
Yeah, it's so yummy.
It's
yeah,
really tasty, and she makes potato chips that
they must be calorie free because all
That is
of
the
them
best
are
potato
like
chip I've ever
just these
had.
little bitty people who are like not like if I ate that stuff every day, I would have I would need to
Look at
so
me, I
and
gained 40
so
pounds in the last week.
yeah,
since
Brian and Blake
got-
are both
yeah.
svelte
Blake
and
Nutters,
beautiful. Yeah.
peanut butter, peanut brittle.
Yeah. Aaron says Brian's rocking old Shopsmith tools, really different style collaboration. Aaron, I like I said, I don't know what Brian's shop is like, although I do know that he's got a new Laguna CNC.
It's about as far away from a Shopsmith as you can get.
Yeah, and I know that he had, and he may still. We are actually in negotiation with Brian to get his jet pin router.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I just need to get it out of here. And one of the guys who works in our shop, Brandon Dooley, I'm like, hey, Brandon, you want a pin router? Yeah. You want Brian Nutter's pin router? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah was the words he said.
So,
are you kidding me? Hell yeah.
So we're trying to get Brian's jet pin router
Yeah.
here into the shop. Now, getting a pin router from the outskirts of Nashville to Colorado is trickier than you think in the winter time.
Especially this time of year. Yeah.
So
And it'll happen, and it'll be cool. But yeah, so not only do you have to get, and Brian doesn't exactly live in a metropolitan area, so it's not like you can just say, well, yeah, just go pick it up. Just, hey, Brian, put it on a pallet and we'll send a truck. You got to figure out how to get it out of his shop onto a vehicle and then drive it. And do that. I mean, if money was no object, to be here tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah.
Money's usually an object.
It's always an object.
So Mike just showed up. He says he's very late to the party. Will Mike's guitar be in the reveal tomorrow?
Yes.
You can say it.
Yes.
Yes, Mike's. I will not be here
unless something catastrophic happens.
But good.
It will
God
be
willing, and the creek don't rise.
Yeah,
Mike and
Ryan's
Ryan's guitars will be in the reveal tomorrow.
even if they're not and yeah, they will be because even if they're not 100% finished, they're going to be in the reveal.
Okay.
Yeah, but
and
I'm hoping they are.
I am actually going to be delivering those to them.
That's the whole idea.
Next week.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Otherwise,
no.
Yeah, we'd show off peanut brittle probably.
It's all gone, dude. There's just like peanut brittle.
It's
crumbs.
Dust. Yeah. Yep.
So I was gonna say something. I can't remember what it was. I don't know. I'll remember it and I'll interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Tipton writes, just saw Winter NAMM rescheduled to June. Would be awesome if you guys go. It would be awesome, Ken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he goes a step further and says, would personally pay your beer tab for the. You just wrote a big check.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Winter NAMM?
You just wrote a big
Summer
check.
NAMM. Well, in Nashville is a different beer schedule, a different beer pricing than.
Yeah. I love Summer NAMM. I'm sorry. I love Winter NAMM tailgating in the Disney parking lot. Just
make that beers. A thing. Yeah. Like meet and greet at the.
We should do that
at the Disney
the Garden Center. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Level 3.
Yeah. We're just going to be there. There's going to be beer and peeing in the corner, whatever. Yeah. Nachos?
Nachos. Yeah. Yeah. Little known fact, not a lot of bathroom options at the
I think the funniest thing was Ike from Flipside and me just basically
don't even say it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get in trouble.
It's probably illegal.
You think?
No, I know.
Even with your Euromycetitis?
I don't know what that is, but even with that.
SS says I could die.
SS says group hug. He's at $5 for a group hug.
Group. Hey man, it's only a club.
Yeah.
Ken
Tipton says it's a legit offer. You just made a big offer, Ken. Well, and you know what? You might see it. You may very well see it. So guys, remember, tomorrow I will not be here. I have a family thing that I need to take care of. And maybe Chris and Doug will tell you about it. I don't know. Well, I don't know what you guys.
There's
are gonna
really
talk
no
about.
reason to talk about it. We could talk about it next week.
That might be
want.
fine.
Yeah.
But I will not be here. But Chris and Doug will be here for the reveal tomorrow. And
Yeah,
I just need to sit up straight.
it will last up to and including 20 minutes.
You're only going to go 20 minutes?
No, it'll be better than that, but it's gonna be a little touch and go. I mean, I don't know that you know this, but you probably don't realize it as much as I do. You are the voice of Texas Toast live streams. I just sit here and go, yeah.
But Chris, the show must go on. The show is bigger than I and than you and I, and we just talked about that. It is in fact bigger than you and I.
Correct, but yeah, there's talk of doing it really. It'll be fine.
You guys are gonna have. You guys
It's just
be
it's
better
just
than
gonna
fine,
be it's just gonna be. It'll be a little different. Yeah,
but it's gonna be good.
Oh, it'll absolutely be good, and we're gonna show off some cool stuff. And
I am glad that you guys are gonna be here in my absence, in my stead.
So I'm glad that Doug's gonna be here because this whole thing came up, and you're like, so can you?
It was not what I wanted to have happen.
Yeah, but I was like, well, Doug's here. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Doug and I can be as stupid as you and me. Almost.
All day long. Yeah.
Maybe stupider.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't we take a moment to thank our sponsors, Chris? Starting with Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Ike just came in the other day, and he's looking for, Ike does this for us all the time. Hey, we need a case for a guitar that no one makes anymore. Can you get one? Yeah. Let me see what I can do. And he goes out of his way to find.
That's one of the funny things about building custom guitars is nobody thinks, well, how are they going to ship that to me? How are they going to, what kind of carrying device am I? Even if you were looking for a gig bag or some padded thing,
and as of a couple of years ago, we will not, shall not, do not, and are never going to again ship a guitar without a case.
Correct.
And especially one that was a one-off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we have an RD over there. You guys saw it, and it's not an easy guitar to get a case for.
No.
And Ike is looking for a case for that instrument, and that's the kind of service that you get from Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. You can't go to Billy Steve or whatever his name is at Guitar Center and go, hey, I need a case for an RD. Can you get me one? Well, I mean, you can do that, but they're here. That's what you're going to get, or no.
Yeah. And do you know what we got? So Ike came in and I said, Ike, I need some help. He said, what can I do for you? And I said, we need a case for an RD. And do you know, he said, fuck me.
He did. Yeah.
Are you kidding? And I said, yeah, no, I'm not kidding.
Yeah. So Ike is, so that's what you get. You guys already know this, but that's what you guys get when you go to, the I don't know, smaller.
Yeah, he likes the
not
challenge.
A chain.
Yeah, he likes the challenge.
Not a chain.
He likes helping out. He likes helping out people that help him out. He likes helping the community.
You know who else likes helping the community, Chris? Another one of our sponsors, Steve at Maximum Guitar Works. I get people all the time who say, hey, I'm coming out to a class I want to do like a thin line telly. Like Brad's doing a thin line telly. Someone said, I can't remember who said it, but not because I don't like them, but because I just forgot because I'm not smart. They said, I'm doing a double cutaway telly and Steve's giving me the templates for it. Cool. Steve's making
like a Michael Bloomfield telly.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it'll have, it'll be left-handed and have, no, but the, so Steve's helping out all those guys with like cool template sets for their guitars for our classes.
Yeah. That's really neat.
And I don't quote me, but Steve I think he has it figured out. Remember that SG
Oh yeah, the
bevel
bearing
bit.
Yeah.
I think he's got it figured out.
Yeah,
now.
you showed me a picture of that. Yeah.
I think he's got it figured out,
Mhm.
and he's gonna have a template set and a bearing set to make.
Yeah, because you need 2 templates. You need the bit and a template to do that.
I think he's got it sorted out.
Yeah,
So, guys,
cool.
Steve at Maximum Guitar Works. And by the way, if you like Walnut for guitars, Steve has pallets and pallets and pallets of Walnut, and it's super, super cool.
I would make a walnut top and back with something else in the middle.
There's like that squirty foam stuff.
yeah, surfboard.
Yeah.
No, something painted.
Well, we actually have
He's
a
got
walnut
mine
back,
now, yeah.
a Challenger that's going right now, and we have a Claro walnut top that Steve sold us. Maybe we should do a maple neck, or maybe we should do a walnut neck. I think
walnut neck.
Just
That was
all
when I
walnut.
first fell in love with walnut.
Fall in love
we
with
made
walnut all
we
over
made a
again.
couple of walnut necks.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna make one, you might as well make 2, and nothing went wrong.
That's right, we did. Yeah.
Randy the Saint, and then we put that neck on another guitar.
Guitar. I can't. I forgot all about it.
That exactly which guitar we did.
Do
it
you?
on.
Okay.
Yeah, and
because I don't.
Yeah, it was Speedo Burrito.
Oh, that's right. That was beautiful. Yeah.
The neck was just insane.
Yeah, the neck on that. Doug
was
Santaniello
really,
owns that
really
guitar
neat.
now,
Yeah.
and that instrument was bad.
Even without the pinstriping, the neck was cool.
Yeah, that was super cool. That's
yeah,
right. Mike pinstriped the back of the neck.
Yeah. And it was just really, really good looking wood.
I spaced that out until
So,
I'm today years old when I remembered that.
Yep.
So let's also I got a big box from Tonewood Experts. In fact, I got 5 big boxes from Dan and Calvin at Tonewood Experts. Chris, can I tell everybody what we're doing with Build a Classic Set Neck from now on?
Yes.
Okay. Chris and I have decided to upgrade the lumber at Build a Classic Set Neck from African walnut to African mahogany to the genuine Honduran mahogany for bodies. And all thanks to Dan and Calvin at Tonewood Experts. So guys, if you need something for your next guitar build, swamp ash, genuine mahogany, flame, fancy maple, whatever you want, they've got it. And it's super cool. Link in the description below, Tonewood Experts, check them out. And it comes with like if you type in Texas Toast 15, you get 15% off.
Yeah. And
so
there's
cool.
The cool thing is that they make blanks of wood specifically for guitar guys.
Yeah.
And so you get it, and there's not a whole lot of work that goes into it before you can actually start shaping.
You're making bodies.
And making yeah. And
I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 body blanks over there that we're going to use for class next week.
Yeah.
Now Bobby Dill won't because he's got white limbo, but yeah.
Yeah. But if your time is worth anything, even $10 or $20, it comes glued up, it comes planed, it comes, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
It's the right size. And you can spend all sorts of time cutting down wood, cheap wood that you got, and gluing it together.
Yep. But it's a false economy,
and wearing out your tools. Yeah. So pretty cool. We haven't gotten a bad piece of wood from those guys ever.
Ever. You know who we've never gotten anything bad from also?
Bitterroot.
Thank you. John and Cheryl from Bitterroot Guitars. I got 50 truss rods from them today.
That box was almost as heavy as the mahogany body box.
That's another thing of that. The mahogany that we're using is super light by comparison. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Let's take a couple more questions and / super chats, and we'll thank the rest of our sponsors.
Then we'll turn it over to Dylan.
Indeed, we will. Yeah. Doug Cook says, and you got a small box from Gerber. Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Not everyone knows this, but I have one. It's mostly used for cutting chili dogs.
Is that what you used today?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that that's what you used.
So Doug got me this one of a kind Texas Toast Gerber. Thank you for reminding me, Doug. Yeah, and this is like, you wish you had one of these.
I do, yeah, because I haven't cut my finger in a really long time.
This is so cool. I don't know what model it is, but Doug had this custom done for me. look, it even says yeah.
Mhm.
It should
Doug
say
got
it should say Chris is handsome, but it doesn't.
Yeah, and Doug got a hold of me and he's like, "Can I get the Texas Toast logo?"
No.
I was like, "Yeah, here you go."
Thank you, Doug. That's very, very cool. Yeah, so guys, Dylan talks tone here in 2 minutes. Who else we have to thank? We have to thank Odyssey Beer Works for Texas Toast Red. Guys, you can still buy the Odyssey Beer Works in cans. If you show up to the brewery, the tap room, you cannot get it on tap.
Nope, it comes in a can. You can still enjoy it.
That's it.
But yeah.
Who else we have? Oh, Dylan from Dylan Talks Tone and Dylan Pickups. If you want the same pickups that are going in all of the Texas Toast Juniors, Dylan will be happy to wind a set for you and sell them to you. And if you use our code, we get a little taste.
You get a little taste. Yeah. And his pickups are really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And like you pointed out, he's the guy doing it. Yeah.
Well, and you can remove all doubt. When you buy the best, you remove all doubt.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. so not but well, I put these pickups in my guitar and I'm still not sure. No, you're sure.
Yeah.
It's not the pickups anymore. It might be something else.
Maybe it's not you.
Know how to tune. Yeah,
it's not you. That's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah. It's got, and if you've been watching videos, as we all know, pickups are a big part of the deal.
Kind of a whole big deal.
Yeah.
Kind of the whole damn shit.
Yeah, you still gotta like the way it looks. Yep. And all of that. But yeah, pickups.
So guys, our February deal for Challenger Juniors goes through all of February. You save almost $500. You get free shipping, et cetera, free case. Dude, the bill for the cases was gigantic. So yeah.
20 cases.
Yeah, we got a bunch of bridges, a bunch of tuners, a bunch of cases, and it was like, oh man. Anyway,
it's like a big boy guitar store.
It's a big boy guitar shop. Yep. So guys, thanks for watching. Check out Dylan. He's on probably right now. He's fixing to go live.
Like, why don't they shut up?
Why don't those guys shut up? Guys, we will see you tomorrow. I won't. I've got something I got to do. Chris and Doug, Dave, Dan, Marty will be here.
We're gonna have Dave.
Yeah, they're all going to be here.
Dawn is going to be here.
Yep. Dimitri, they're all going to be here.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great week and talk to you soon.